Welcome back, everybody, to the Fumble Forecast with your host, Tom, and my boy, Little Marky. We're here to talk about the draft. All right, everybody.
Can't call Little Marky anymore. I refuse, bro. I refuse.
Don't worry, buddy. I can edit that out for you. I'm just kidding, stated. Anyway, something I want to just preface before we even actually start talking about this today. This was the best draft on all fronts that I've seen teams have in years. Very minimal faux pas. I liked all of the picks for the most part. Some of them were a little bit head scratchy, but I truly believe none of the picks were total dog water.
No,
None of them were horrible.
No. Especially in the first round, I loved most every pick.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when it comes to giving out draft grades, let's be real. A lot of the stock goes into who you pick in the first round. It just does. So, yeah. But without further ado, we're going to start with the breadwinners on this channel. We're going to just jump right into the Eagles, okay? How are we feeling about Makai Lemon, Mr. Markey?
I gotta say, Tom, not a bad pick in all 7 rounds. I'm kind of upset that NFL gave us a B grading.
I see a B plus on mine, but
A B plus, but this.
I think that's just because they have to curve the grade. Like, they have to pretend somebody did bad, Like, I think, realistically speaking, the scale wasn't suitable for this draft because I think in a normal year, the worst team this season deserves a B.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody did very well.
I mean, I can't tell you how happy I am. What were some of the things I asked for? Tight end and lineman.
On wide receiver.
I didn't ask for a wide receiver. I wanted both offensive and defensive linemen, and the tight end. I'm not upset at Makai Lemon. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I like humbling little brother to the east, the west rather. I'm forgetting which way directions are.
The Steelers.
Yeah,
that was a disaster. That's one of the faux pas of this draft that I wanted to talk about. The Steelers
already gone.
Nah, it happens. I did buy. We got an upgrade here at the Tom Studio this season. There's a little fan that I put on the back, but in defense of the little fan I put on the back, it normally works. It is scorching hot outside today. Like, it's scorching so hot that I have the central AC on, and I have my window unit AC on, and it's still 73 degrees in here.
That's right,
so,
buddy.
Give it a little break. It gets a pass for that one. Especially if that's the only one it has, I'll forgive it. But anyway, faux pas of the century from the Pittsburgh Steelers on round 1. They made the mistake of calling a draft prospect and saying they were getting drafted before they were even able to pick. They weren't even on the clock yet, and they were calling him. How do you call a prospect before it's your turn to call prospects? How do you fuck up that bad? And the videos of seeing Makai Lemon on the phone with the Steelers, and then his agent, I think it is, runs over. Somebody runs over. I think it's his agent. Runs over. No. The Eagles traded up here. It's their pick. They're picking you right now. Made the Steelers look like the most disorganized piece of shit, rookie, amateur, awful to play for organization in the NFL. And that is really strange coming from them because personally, I see the Steelers as like the general seal of excellence for an NFL franchise. Long storied history. Every 10 to 15 years, they're a major competitor. Normally make pretty organized, long-term, good decisions. What the hell happened here? And then, just adding on to the Steelers' terror, instead of really going all in on a quarterback, they decide to go with fucking Aaron Rodgers for another year. Not that I don't like Mr. Alar, okay? I like Mr. Alar. But how do you go with Rodgers for another year? Just to have a veteran presence for the new quarterback? And what happened to Will Howard? Where's my mans? They're just throwing fucking picks around and not getting anything out of it. Horrible.
He's gonna disappear into obscurity and I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, horrible. Horrible, terrible. Absolutely fucking awful. I do not know how Steelers fans fell asleep that night. I'm imagining that there was record sales of ropes and shotgun ammo. That was a major blunder. And then they very obviously panicked and drafted Max Ionicor. I can never pronounce his mother. I think it's Ionicor. But whatever. Tackle. Great tackle. I'm not going to play. Every player that was drafted in the first round, A-okay with me. Good enough player. But they clearly panicked and took a guy that they would not have taken if they had thought it out better. Clear panic. And this really raises questions for me about the front office over in Pittsburgh. What the hell are you doing?
They must have been so distracted trying to get Aaron Rodgers back into the building.
They were trying to find him on his most recent ayahuasca journey.
Yeah. had to go out into the woods around Pittsburgh. Fine.
Dude, he is probably having the time of his life smoking the ayahuasca and going into like the Appalachian forests. He is having a grand old time. Do not get it twisted, folks. All right, now this camera didn't even turn off, actually. I don't know what's going on here, folks. I don't know what's going on here, sports fans. Let's go ahead and fix this.
Somebody in the room with me. He's pulling out a belt. Oh.
There we go.
Hey, and he's back.
I had to so sports fans, it didn't overheat. The fan is doing its job. You know what we should do just as like a funny little meme up here in the black space in the like the where nothing's there. I just have like a little fan temperature monitor so that we can always see the temp of the fan of the thing. I can do it. It has a temperature monitor built into the fan, like it has a whole LED display and everything. So, but anyway,
I think you know what you need to do for the start of the season.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of work. I said it's theoretically possible, not I'm doing it. Let us know in the comments and share with 5 of your friends each. If we get to 7,000 likes, I will put the temperature sensor in. Anyway, back to football. What the hell is wrong with the Steelers?
Again, they were worried. They were concerned about getting Rodgers back to the building. That's what happened.
I'm really worried about the GM in Pittsburgh. Like, I gotta be real with you. If I was the owner of the team and I saw a blunder like that, he is the first guy on the chopping block come the end of next season.
And who knows? He might
personally. I think the Steelers might be happy with that. Anyway, back to the birdies. So, Mark, I know that Mekhi Lemon is excellent. We all love Mekhi.
Mm-hmm.
But who's your favorite pick that the Eagles made of this draft? Because I got to tell you, I have a favorite.
Well, I also have a favorite, and that's my boy, my 6'9", 346-pound boy, Markel Bell, tackle. What?
I thought you were going with the same guy as me. They're both super freaks.
No, who are you going with?
Oh, I love Uwer Bernard.
I love him too, but
He's a freak.
Everybody's talking about him. I want to show my boy from Miami some love.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Though
It's always the Miami guys with him.
I'm going to be honest. If I was going to start one or the other over the other, I know they don't play the same position. If I was going to start one or the other, giving Noir a little bit more time on the field.
Well, yeah, obviously. Because we already have our guy in Markel's position. I'd be surprised if Markel played this year.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I really like Markel too. But two takeaways I have from the Eagles draft here. One, drafting Mekhi Lemon very obviously means that the Eagles are getting ready to trade AJ Brown, or at least that's what their plan was. However, put an asterisk in that because I got some hot takes to share. Two, they drafted Eli Stowers in the second round. Okay. Vanderbilt tight end. Big fella. Talented fella. He's got hands. Okay. And he can block a little, too. So, unfortunately, I think my boy Dallas Goedert might be hot trade prospect going into this season. I know he's on a short deal, but, I mean, they're clearly drafting for his replacement. So I think that they're going to test this guy out, see how good he is, see if they could squeeze another year of juice out of Dallas Goedert. And if they feel like the time is right, I think they're prepping to move on. They might trade mid-season Dallas Goedert here, I think. So those are my two biggest takeaways from this draft. But like I said, there was a pin in my wanting to trade. The Eagles want to trade, not me. The Eagles want to trade AJ Brown to New England, as I'm sure everybody listening has heard. I actually believe that deal might fall through. Now, it was very clear that the Eagles thought it was going to happen, but with the question marks, oh, come on, during my hot take? Okay. So, with the question marks surrounding Mike Vrabel and the Patriots, I am not so sure that he's still going there. There's some chaos in the building. There's a storm brewing. And I think it could fuck with it a little. I think we could see stuff get a little wild here soon.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing a video talking about how there might be other landing spots for AJ. Don't remember.
Not anymore.
You don't think anybody else would want him?
I think they would, but the price is drastically different now. Like, I think that now that draft has ended, I think that it's going to be really hard to get a good price trading AJ Brown, especially since in preparation of him being moved to the New England Patriots, and this kind of flew under the radar. We gave him a $96 million contract. He's going to be hard to trade now. I think we had the deal all written up with the Patriots or whatever. They were like, hey, if you do it this way, you pay him right now yourself, and then you trade him to us. It helps us both out, like... I think that there was an unwritten agreement here between the Eagles and the Patriots. But with Vrabel out of the picture potentially, I don't know if that falls through. And if it does fall through, he's going to be real hard to offload. Because everybody's already got their roster set pretty much. OTAs have started. I mean, yeah, June 1st is right around the corner, but like, who's gonna pick him up? The Raiders? Give Mendoza somebody to throw it to? The Cardinals, maybe? Low key, the Dolphins maybe might want him. But which of these teams would be willing to give up what the Eagles would ask for him? And which teams are able to take on that fat ass contract? It's really a dilemma that the Eagles have gotten themselves into now. I'm gonna be real with you, Mark. At a certain point, and here's my hot take: if he becomes hard to offload, okay, and he's obviously still good. He caught over 1,000 yards last season. He's obviously still good. And the only thing that any team, let's say that deal with New England falls through, it's not happening. Let's say the best we can possibly get for him is a 3rd round pick. Do you just force him to play for the Eagles? I'm at a point where I might be like, sorry, Bozo, you're staying. I'm not taking a 3rd round pick for you. Sorry, you're a star player.
Yeah. It's kind of rough.
And I will add on, I kind of want him to stay. Because, dude, just think in your head, like Theorycraft, the wide receiver room of Devonta Smith, AJ Brown, and Mekhi Lemon. Plus the other 2 people that we picked up in the offseason.
No, it'd be really good.
We'd have the best wide receiver room in football. It wouldn't be close.
Yeah.
Some men drown while others die of thirst.
I just do wonder, like, if at some point if he would become a locker room problem, if it's worth keeping.
Theoretically, according to everybody who apparently knows, he already is. I don't see it. I've already been through this once in my goddamn life. I remember Terrell Owens. We had the best wide receiver in football, and we chased that motherfucker out of town for no good goddamn reason. Like, yeah, it was a little bit more extreme with Terrell Owens, don't you? He was like, fighting with other players, like fist fighting with the other players and getting in his quarterback's face, and it was a little bit different. He had to go. But there's no reason for us to run AJ Brown out of town. The consensus here has gotten so bad to a point where people use him reading a book on the sidelines as reason for dumping his ass. I'm sorry, bro. That ain't a good enough reason. That's like when everybody was complaining that Obama wore a tan suit. Who gives a fuck that he was reading?
It clearly shows that he's not interested in the game.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's he going to do? The defense is out there. What's he going to do? Ring around the rosy? Like the players are just fucking sitting there. What the hell are they going to do? But yeah, so I have some hot takes regarding AJ Brown. I am personally of the opinion that you shouldn't run star players out of town because they read books and because they complain a little bit on Twitter. If you can't handle that, please don't ever try watching basketball. You will be at a loss for words and rip every hair out of your skull. This is just how athletes behave sometimes. Wide receivers have this in their DNA. Wide receivers are fucking weirdos. They do this shit. It's just how it is. So, as long as his attitude and his behavior is manageable, I don't really want him gone. Yeah, he dropped 2 really important passes. Who the fuck hasn't?
Yeah.
Not that I'm pleased with the effort, the lack of effort on some plays, but like I like him. I'm a fan of AJ Brown. I'm not changing my fucking mind. He is a good player. Even despite all of the problems last season, he still had over 1,000 receiving yards. Why would you dump him unless you can actually get something good for him? Do we just not want good players anymore?
We want good players, but we want good players that are gonna conform to what our ideas of good players.
Hey, Marky. Horrible. Horrible. And I'm sorry, dude, but I don't think that we're going to have this season next year where Saquon Barkley straps on a fucking red cape and just becomes a fucking superhero again and runs for 2,000 yards. It's just not likely to happen. What are we doing? Is kind of where I'm at. We're just going to chase our stars out of town. And I swear to fuck, Marky, because I can already hear it bubbling. I can feel the Philadelphia spirit. It's like when the Green Goblin mask is whispering to Norman Osborn. Okay, I can hear it in the back of my head. I swear to God, if Smitty has a down season next year, and it's not his fault, we ain't getting rid of him. Go fuck yourself. I love that guy. He is my favorite, and you are not going to be mad at him. You understand me? He is in a difficult position with a new offensive coordinator, and it's his first year starting as wide receiver 1. You're going to leave him alone.
Why you point at me? I believe in
No, I'm pointing at them. You're over here.
I see.
This is you.
This is you. This is them. This is me.
Yeah, this is them. Talking to you. But seriously, give him a fucking break next year. We're not running all of the stars out of town. We're not doing it. I can't have a bunch of shitters on the team again.
You know, earlier you said, I'm getting you ready to complain. It sounds like you're doing most of the complaining, Tom.
Hey, that's how it is. You know where I'm from, right?
Yeah, I do.
This is what it is.
I do know where you're from.
I am, but yeah, I am going to become, I think this is going to be a theme this upcoming season on the Fumble Forecast, where I am unlimitedly defensive of our players, especially our star players. I will not let you people run them out of town. I'm not allowing it. I will go out there with a fucking pitchfork myself and stop you. I'm not having it. We cannot go back to like 2012 when we had a bunch of shitters. We can't go back to Chip Kelly when we had a bunch of shitters. We can't do it.
I really like the idea of you standing there on Broad Street. Just you with a pitchfork in your hand.
I'm angry.
No, it's fucking crowds of Eagles fans are walking down, like chanting, like "Get rid of AJ, get rid of AJ." You're just alone. You're the lone defender there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Texas Red on Broad Street. But anyway, what are your biggest takeaways from the Eagles for this draft? And then we're gonna move on to other teams.
The biggest takeaway I'm getting is that I think they're looking at a Super Bowl win this year.
Ooh, that's quite a bold prediction, Marky. You gonna put some money down on that one?
I actually already did.
How much? What were the odds?
You know, I do wonder. Like, I wonder what the odds are right now.
Yeah, what are the odds for the Eagles winning Super Bowl?
Hard rock. While looking up this vital information,
they have a 6.7% chance to win. It's only a plus 1,400 bet. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. What's he doing? Oh, Jesus.
I just had to get my phone.
So, Mark, are we predicting an undefeated season this year? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
Oh, fuck no.
The second team ever to go fully undefeated?
No, fuck that.
So, what's your record prediction?
Let me pull up the schedule, but last time
This guy's saying Super Bowl before we even get a preseason game. That's wild.
I think the last time I was looking at the schedule, I was thinking to myself 14-3.
Man. Mamma mia, that is bold, Mark. I'm thinking like 11 wins. I'm thinking 11 wins, we barely win the division.
I think I'm going to bring it down a little bit to 12-5.
Yeah, that sounds like a better call there, Marcus. Yeah. I'm thinking 11 wins, and I think that the Giants come in second place and secure a wild card spot. Right behind us at 9 wins.
Yeah,
I think the Cowboys get like 2 wins, and then that's that.
I also agree that the Giants are going to come in second.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm being optimistic here. Giants might win the division. I think the Giants look wrong. They are building a good core.
Yeah. It's painful to say.
Yeah, it sucks as an Eagles fan, but I mean, we call it as we see it here on the Fumble Forecast, folks.
Yeah.
Another thing, just throw it out there, some off-season football news. This upcoming season, we are going to have a period of 49 days of consecutive football between college and NFL. That is going to be a real treat.
Yeah, I can't wait for everyday football every day.
Oh, it's going to be so great. It's going to piss my loved ones off so much. All right. So moving on to other teams, Mr. McMarcus. Who do you think had the best draft in football?
The best draft? Well, obviously it was the Eagles.
Come on, bud.
I mean, if I have to be honest, I kind of hate that I'm saying this, but I think the Jets had a pretty fucking good draft.
Dude, the Jets rocked and fucking rolled. I can't even lie to you. They wheeled and they dealed. As far as drafts go, I think they had the best draft. However, I think that the people who utilized the draft for this year the best is going to either be the Cardinals, the Raiders, or the Giants. I think those are my top picks. I think that in the long run, though, the Jets will have killed it looking back. So I guess I have to give them the A. I'm coming up with convoluted ways of not giving it to the Jets because fuck them. But the Jets had the best draft. I mean, dude, they wheeled and dealed, picked up 3 solid first-round picks. These were players that everyone thought they could pick up between David Bailey, Kenyon Sadiq, and Omar Cooper Jr. What are we doing? What are we even talking about? Obviously, a triple S plus draft for the Jets. So yeah, they dude, I think the best word to describe the Jets draft is maximized. They maximized their draft this season. So they went hard offense too for the most part.
Yeah.
With the exception of David Bailey, of course. But yeah. Too bad they're bringing back Geno Smith, so they're only going to have a 2-win season. Get rid of him when he's good, bring him back when he's bad.
The Jets way.
That's how it is.
Jets.
Dude, imagine being born a Jets fan. That's worse than being a Browns fan, bro. I can't even lie. That's so bad. That's just torture because you have to live right next to the Giants. You have to see them every day, but you don't get to be one. But yeah, I mentioned the Giants because I think that they drafted what they needed to draft. They used 2 first-round picks in this draft this year. Pick up an edge rusher and Arvel Reese. I guess he's more of a linebacker technically, but I think they're going to line him up as an edge rusher. And then a new tackle, Moigoa, or it's Maui Goa?
No, it's Maui Noah.
Yeah, you're right, Maui Noah. I don't know why you wouldn't spell it that way, but whatever. That's a conversation for a Cousin Tom stream. But
tune in 30 minutes to Cousin
Tom. Tune in. Yeah, 4 days after I upload this. But another team, and I feel like they're not getting the love that they really deserve, and that's the Cardinals. The Panthers did really well too. But the Cardinals. Now listen, they had the 3rd overall pick. I thought they were going quarterback. I really did. Because they dumped Kyler Murray. He's now in the trash bin. I mean the Vikings. And skull.
Hot right there, Tom.
Sorry, dude. That's become the quarterback graveyard recently. Like, but anyway, 3rd overall pick. They went with Jeremiah Love. I think Jeremiah Love was the single best player in the entire draft. Raw talent, like score-wise, I think he was the best player. Period. I don't think there's any question, to be honest. Any disagreement here, Marcus?
Well, you see Carson Beck. No.
Yeah, you keep dreaming, Miami fan.
Yeah, I will.
For your 3rd round quarterback.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It would have been, maybe he could have been a 2nd rounder.
Funny you should mention
maybe if
Carson Beck.
Teams fucking up the fucking
between your angry ramblings of a madman. Because the Cardinals also picked up Carson Beck, who I think is going to be a fantastic person for that position. So now they've got an awesome guard that they picked up in the 2nd round, the best player in the draft, running back or not, in Jeremiah Love, and a good quarterback prospect in Carson Beck in their first 3 rounds. So I like the Cardinals. I'm feeling pretty good about them. I don't know if they're going to fucking win nothing this season, but I think they had a real solid draft. And the reason that I'm pointing them out specifically is because everyone's dogging on their draft. I thought they did amazing. Am I crazy?
No. As usual, our opinions are correct and everyone else's is.
True. Scientifically demonstrated to be the most correct opinions over here on the Fumble Forecast.
Yeah.
Another Miami issue here. The Titans finally picked up some wide receiver help for Cam Ward, so that's nice for them. But that's about all that they fucking did that I really give a shit about. I think the Lions kind of bit some ankles on the way up here. I don't understand really what the hell they were doing, but still, again, good. The highlight here of this entire draft is that nobody did horrible except for one. I'll let you take it away, Mark, because I know how much you love dogging them.
Yeah, I do love dogging them.
Go for it.
I love the man, but Josh Allen needs help. And you motherfuckers always trading out of the first round when you could get him help is seriously starting to annoy me. I'm being very calm, collected, and professional here.
Yeah, because you're being recorded. You should hear how he talks outside of the stream.
Yeah. Stop doing it. Just stop.
You know, my favorite part is that they dropped out of the first round, and then they had 2 second-round picks. They used both of them for defense.
Yeah.
Though, to be fair, I do actually like the receiving core that they've put together up there in Buffalo. Don't hate the receiving core. And they have a decent running back. But, like, until you have Josh Allen at 0 sacks per season, draft O-lineman.
Yeah.
What's the worst that happens? You have 2 protected of a quarterback?
And, they use their third pick for the tackle. You could have picked any. You could have picked any other, any other person in the second or third round with your picks.
Yeah.
Your first picks.
They waited until the 4th round to draft somebody for their offense. Which, let's just be real, is the core gem DNA of the Buffalo Bills is their offense. Just let's be real here. Let's call a spade a spade. And their whole offense is one guy. Let's just be real here. Like, I might be offending some people. Sorry, I'm not trying to. But it's the reality of the situation that Josh Allen's the only thing going on in Buffalo. Yeah. Sorry. It's the truth. So protect the motherfucker. Draft some offensive people before round 4. That being said, I do like the 2 players that they drafted for defense. Like, I mean, all these players are perfectly fine. That's not the problem here.
That's not a problem. It's the decision making.
Yep.
It's the decision making.
Yep. Yeah.
That's the problem. Like we said, nobody had a bad draft this year. This should be a very good year of football, unlike last year. Like we should actually have some interesting games. Like I'm gonna say it now. I think even the projected king of the trash pile games that will happen every season, I think they will actually be interesting and fun to watch.
Yeah, that's the thing that scares me the most for the Eagles this upcoming season is that I think the median team's goodness is going to be way higher than normal seasons. And I think that doesn't play to the Eagles well because the reason that the Eagles do so well is because they build super teams. So if everyone's super, no one is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it turns out you can take McDermott out of Buffalo, but you can't take the McDermott out of Buffalo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
speaking of Buffalo, just a real random aside. I had never noticed this, but the other day on my way back from work on the route that I was taking, there's actually a bar with Buffalo what would you call it? Iconography, merch.
okay.
They had like Buffalo flags.
Oh, so there's a Bills fan down there.
Yeah, it's not just a Bills fan; it's a Bills establishment.
Oh, like a bar.
Yeah, no, a bar. Like
Oh wow,
I've seen,
popular team.
I've seen random people with jerseys on during the season. At
Well,
one
yeah,
point,
but that's everywhere.
yeah, no, that's everywhere. But I had never noticed that actually there was like a bar on on the route that I used to get to work. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's crazy that bars even still exist. Just throwing it out there. But anyway,
Ooh.
uh, back to the football, Marcus. Is there any team that you want to talk about before I go to my final rant?
Let's see. Anybody else?
Because I'm about to go ballistic.
About to get ballistic. Ooh.
This is the thing that's upset me the most about the entire draft. And you already know what it is. I'm not surprising you here. Might shock my viewers, our viewers, but
I don't really have anybody else to talk about.
All right, let's talk about the Rams.
Oh Lord, here it comes.
Now listen to me, children gather round.
Yay.
The Rams had a good draft. You just don't like it. I know. We got the Edgar Munch over here. Here's the thing. They drafted Ty Simpson. Last year, their quarterback was the MVP of the league, Matthew Stafford. I gotta tell you, folks, Matthew Stafford needed injections in his shoulder all season in order to continue playing. Matthew Stafford is getting old. Matthew Stafford is an awesome veteran quarterback. Incredible veteran quarterback. Ty Simpson is a very good quarterback prospect. Was he worth the number 13 overall pick? Probably not. Could you have probably gotten him in the second round even? Yeah, probably. However, I think it's important to note that the Steelers may have taken Ty Simpson. Another team may have taken Ty Simpson in the first round, and that might have been the reason that they picked him in the first round, so that they could beat them to the punch. You gotta remember, there's other competitors on the scene here. And the only thing worse than drafting a bust is seeing somebody else draft your guy that you wanted to draft and didn't, and him be a superstar. Mm-hmm. That's way worse than a bust. So, hold your anger. Sean McVay keeps the Rams competitive every single season without any questions. Everybody's saying, oh my god, I thought they were in win now mode. They are. They didn't need to add anything to stay in win now mode. Now they're in we will always compete to win mode. Okay? You can't. Bill Walsh, arguably one of the best coaches in NFL history, once said, you get rid of a player or you prepare to replace a player 2 years before he becomes bad. Okay? I think Matt Stafford is roughly 2 years away from falling off. So drafting Ty Simpson here makes sense. Could they have waited to draft the quarterback until next year? Yes. Did they see a specific quarterback prospect that they thought was valuable, they desired, and they thought could be the quarterback of the future for them? Yes. Was it a good decision? Only time will tell, but I think it was. And the ability for him to practice behind Matthew Stafford for a little while, work it up. I call this the Packers formula, because this is what they do with every quarterback they ever have. They draft them like 5 years before they let them play. I think this is what we're seeing here. This is the Packers, the Green Bay patented quarterback Serum X formula. And I think it's fine. They did not, I don't care what any analyst says. They did not have the worst draft. They just did not. Sorry, bud. I know there's probably some Rams fans out there who were absolutely steaming their cabbage over this right now, but I gotta tell you, Ty Simpson's a good pick. Another thing, tight end Max Clare. Great pick. I love him. Nice guy. The other picks, I don't really know who the fuck they are, but the Rams had a okay draft. I'm not saying that they're like top of the fucking draft for doing well, okay? But they are far, 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 far from the bottom. What say you, Marcus?
That concludes our little rant on the.
Oh, really? You're just gonna let me have the last word, huh?
I mean,
Mark actually
guess...
said couldn't have said it better myself. And you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna take a moment to admit this, just because we're talking about quarterbacks for the Rams. I was wrong. The Rams won the trade with Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff. I'm never going to live this down. I had one bad take. And it wasn't even a take. I just asked a question. So I don't want to hear it anymore.
I mean, yes. Day of, I'm like, really? They're drafting a quarterback
Instead of a receiver.
The day of, like you were there in the chat. We both were a little confused, but you know what? It makes sense.
Well, it kind of makes sense. At least a little bit. It's not horrible, is my point.
Yeah. No.
It's not horrible.
Unless, of course, he turns out to be a complete and utter bust. Then.
Even then, here's the genius of the Green Bay Packers quarterback secret chemical X formula. Is that if he's total dog shit in those 4 or 5 years that you're training him, you can draft another quarterback in that time. And that's the genius. They never even hit the field. You never look like an idiot. What, you think Jordan Love was the only quarterback that they drafted while Aaron Rodgers was there? Come on. We all know. This is the secret brew. Just saying. At least middle of the pack draft from the Rams, and I am sick and tired of seeing people dog the piss out of it.
You know.
Oh. Especially like people are saying, "Oh my god, the Rams draft was horrible." And there's like 4 teams that didn't even have a first round pick.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the Broncos didn't even pick until the 3rd round.
Yeah.
What are we doing? By the way, I just want to throw this out there. The Seattle Seahawks, the rich got richer. Like, goddamn. Holy. Jadarian Price, I thought he was an excellent pickup for them. Top shelf.
Yeah.
All right, Marky, did you have anything else to tell our loving fans?
Do we want to go over our thoughts on the schedule?
If you want to, sure. Just real quick.
Yeah.
I don't think our schedule is particularly exciting, to be totally honest with you. The 49ers have to travel the furthest of any team.
Yeah, that's fun.
You know, hold on. Our schedule is fucking interesting, actually. You want to tell me how we got Christmas Eve at 8 o'clock, how we got Thanksgiving against a divisional opponent in the Cowgirls, and then you want to explain to me how we also have an international game? We just got all the shit games?
Yeah.
I already have people mad at me that I'm going to want to watch football on the holidays. You don't got to make it worse by having me actually pay attention. Ah.
Yeah. No,
What the hell? Be limited to one holiday per season. ridiculous.
I mean, at the same time, I'm not complaining too much.
Yeah, hold on.
Because
See this down here?
mostly because now, like,
Oh, it's
these are
actually Mark doing it.
like these are gonna be games. Well, not the international game. That I'm gonna still have to ask off. But I'm gonna have Thanksgiving off, so I get to just watch that. And while I'm not exactly happy that we have the Christmas Eve game, I will have the time to watch that game. So that's not going to be a problem either. And it's like, if there are some games that I don't have to really worry about whether or not I can watch it, I'm happy.
Don't piss me
Especially,
to fuck off, Marcus.
I don't have this. I don't have a 9 to 5. I have to worry about whether or not I can actually
I know, I know.
live. Like I can try to watch at work, but
The rich get richer, like I was saying.
it's like I do watch at work, but it's not like I can give it my full attention.
Whoa, don't be saying that. Mark it pays full attention to his job duties while he's at work. Stay in school, kids.
You know how many times the managers come in on me as I'm watching football? Well, they don't care.
Well, they probably don't give a shit because you're behind the scene. They probably don't care.
No, I watch out on the floor, on the sales floor.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah,
I'd have had a heart attack.
Yeah, but the difference is that like I'm still actually working.
No, I feel you. I feel you. I'm just teasing you. It's okay. Calm down, Mark. It's all right.
I know, but it's like someone comes up to me, fuck you, asshole. I'm trying to watch.
Oh Jesus Christ!
No, of course, never.
I will say, back to the actual topic. Yeah, we got 2 holidays in an international game, which is like, ooh. But we also have to play a whole shitload of last year's playoff teams.
Again.
Yeah, well, I mean, again. I think there was only what didn't I count it the other day? Wasn't it only 3 of the games that we have this season, not counting our divisional rivals, were opponents who, so we have 9 games out of 17 weeks where it's not a playoff team from the last year.
Yeah.
That's Boulder Dash.
No rest after the international game either.
Here's something that I always hate about ranking how difficult a schedule is or whatever. I hate that we do it at the beginning of the season, right? Because a lot of these playoff teams from last year, hate to burst the bubble, they're not gonna be there this year, and they're gonna stink out loud. So when you go and retroactively look at it, at the end of the season, you get a way better idea of how strong the schedule was. So yeah, we're currently ranked as the 10th easiest schedule. The Chicago Bears have the hardest, and the Dolphins have the second hardest. Apparently, the easiest is the Cleveland Browns. And the Patriots have a very hard schedule this year as well. So we'll get to see if he actually is Drake, the schedule may. So yeah, that's that. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, little Marky?
I can't wait for August 15th.
Is that the first preseason?
Yeah, for us at least.
I like football.
I like football.
All right. Have a nice day, everybody. Remember, we love each and every single one of you. And of course, we'll see you later when the season actually starts. This is kind of like a pit stop for us. So yeah, have some fun with some off-season Fumble Forecast content. You don't get that a whole lot. But yeah, see you guys. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. Share to at least 476 of your friends, and then we'll be all good. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.